Hello, it is Monday the 27th of May, it's Memorial Day, and I am heading out camping just for one night. I have a few products that I've just received that I'm super excited to try out, so I just had to get out and go camping as soon as possible. The thing is, Memorial Day weekend is the busiest weekend of camping of the entire year, if you weren't aware of that. So it's super hard unless you've booked something in advance, or a super secret spot that you are sure isn't gonna get filled up, which is really hard nowadays. So I decided to wait until Monday. So today we're going out just for one night, and I'm excited to bring you along with me. We're in the car right now, and we're in Victorville on the way to our campsite, and it's 80 something degrees out, so it's super hot in the car. I'm just waiting for my boyfriend to get back. But the goal for this trip is to do some night photography, just to get out, explore a new area that we haven't camped in before, and to try out some new products. So I'm very excited, and I've never really done night photography, especially not the stars, so we'll see what we can get with one of my new products.
If you've been here since the beginning, you'll know that Pico does not like car rides, so we make sure to take plenty of stops so he can take a break from the driving. But we're trying to take him out as much as possible so he gets used to the car, and he's doing so much better. We stopped at a new to us campground called Sawtooth Canyon. It's mostly famous for the climbing that's available all around here, but we didn't climb on this trip. We just did a single night of camping, and it was so beautiful. I will say though, it was hot and extremely buggy, so if you visit, bring the bug spray. Before we get any further, I want to mention this awesome flashlight I'm going to be using for my night photography later. I was kindly gifted this mini X3 from Trustbuyer, and am very excited about it. First, double clicking the main button locks it, which you'll know from the two low flashes when you press the button again. Double clicking in this state unlocks, and you'll see the TF logo light up, showing that it's ready to use. This super compact flashlight has 4 modes controlled by the sliding switch on the side: the white flashlight, floodlight, UV, and a laser. The flashlight has 4 brightness levels, and the floodlight has 3. Quickly pressing the button toggles through the modes, while a long press turns the light on and off. As someone who has never had such a multifunctional flashlight before, it took me a second to remember how to turn on the UV light, so my pro tip for you is to take pictures of the instruction manuals you have for any of your camping gear and save them in a folder on your phone next to a photo of the item itself. After checking the manual, I figured out that the UV is turned on by setting the side toggle to the flashlight setting in the middle and long pressing the button. Not gonna lie, I was almost hoping to find a scorpion on this trip to try this out on, but I'd probably be too scared to get close enough. Lastly, I love that it's USB-C rechargeable. It weighs only 3.3 ounces, and it has both a belt clip and a magnetic end to keep your hands free. If you're interested in grabbing one yourself, it's on sale for $20 off for a limited time. Mine has quickly become a staple in my outdoor gear kit. Okay, now that I'm done raving about the flashlight, let's get back to the trip. The campground was nearly empty when we visited, and we had so much fun exploring. But in the middle of the day, we were definitely trying to avoid the heat and the bugs. Although we didn't climb on this trip, we did do some fun rock scrambling. There are these amazing rock structures all over the campground that are actually super easy to get all the way to the top. You really don't need any equipment or special training. You can practically walk and scramble a little bit and make it all the way to the top. The campground has 13 sites, and there's no fees or reservations required. Do watch out for rattlesnakes if you're visiting in the summer months, because there are plenty in the area, and we saw a couple ourselves. So we always make sure to keep Pico on leash and within sight, just in case he runs into one. To avoid the worst of the midday heat, we decided to go off-roading instead of hanging out at camp. This was super fun, and there is tons of trails in the area, but for me, it mostly involved filming and then running back for the camera. And of course, no trip is complete without stopping to admire the wildflowers. back at camp, we cooled off with our favorite June Shine, which is a hard kombucha. Specifically, the black can is our favorite. And then we sat back and relaxed, watched the sunset, got a campfire ready, and waited for dark so that we could try out some night photography. I've taken photos of the stars before, but I've always wanted to try light painting. It's where you take a long exposure and you use a flashlight or some other light source to illuminate objects so that they show up in the photo. My goal was to take photos of the stars with an object in the foreground, and it took a few tries to get right. This was my first attempt. I'm pretty sure I caught a bug in that one, but the second attempt came out a little bit better, and I finally got the right balance of using the light and the time to set on the exposure to get this final product. We spent the rest of the night exploring what the local plants look like under the UV light and pointing out different constellations to each other using the laser that came on the flashlight. There's nothing quite like camping with the rain fly off, and this is one of the few times in my life that I've done it, so that was an awesome experience and really helped with the heat because even in the middle of the night it was very warm. But now it's time for us to pack up. There's something very meditative to me about packing up after a camping trip. I love putting everything back the way that it came, nice and organized, but I'm probably also spacing out and thinking about where we're gonna go next time. I always remember to leave a campsite better than I found it, and it might be corny, but I always thank the space for having me as I'm saying goodbye. Remember to check the description for the link to the flashlight that I used in this video, especially if you want to grab it while it's on sale. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.